if you compiled a rough guess.
Does it seem like it's kind of on track like it was last year, maybe just a little bit higher?
Probably a little bit higher, but
But
this
not
is that time of the year where,
extraordinarily.
right.
Okay.
Well, we can always cut it back, obviously, once we submit it.
Yep,
Can't be more.
yep, exactly.
'Cause what did we take off of it last year?
Is it 6 or 7%, something like that, from September?
Yeah, I think it was about that.
I think it was, yeah.
So,
Yeah. So Jim, what do you have in mind?
Well, at the meeting for the Shuck Edition out there, they're looking to develop that triangle that Melissa Cummins bought and then she sold and blah, blah, and all that. So on top of the hill there, straight west of Northwood Petition, she wants to put a cul-de-sac of 12 houses. Anyway, the discussion was, we've kicked down the can down the road for these 3, 4, 5 years of a second egress or entry into Northwood. I've looked at it, and I think the council should at least talk about it and research possible alternatives. One possible alternative would be to come straight across that park area we've got, that area that's down below that the St. Francis School's coming across. There's a street that comes up and deadheads where, does Oldie live out there?
Yep.
Take that street, extend it straight down to the road out here. Another alternative would be, I'd like to consider, is one street that goes past Bridgewater and it deadheads against Schultz's. See if Schultz would sell us 2 or 3 acres, take a street off of that and go right around Francis's and dump it right onto the Lake Road. Another alternative would be if Keiners have a lot of 200-foot woods that it's all just grown up to a tree. If they would be willing to sell us an acre or two through that, that'd be a great. And then we'd come right off the end of that driveway, or that road, and go straight west onto the Lake Road. Just 3 possible alternatives. I'd like to open discussions for it in the near future. Just wanted to, as long as it's a planning session, for you to think about it.
I've had a few people approach me and have voiced their opinions on wanting to have an extra egress to get out of.
Almost everywhere out there is.
Yeah.
So where's it?
I feel like there
This
should
first
be as many
So this
houses
is where,
that are in that.
so right here is where the Safe Routes crossing will be.
Right down in there, yeah.
Yep. So you're saying come through here?
Um,
Cause that's where that's the road, this is what they're gonna develop. Right here. So that'll be their access point to their
Is
cul-de-sac.
there a road further east? No, that's the pond.
That's a bike path,
Yeah, that's right.
which,
Oh, I thought there was a road that came through there, but there really isn't. So going south is not a very good alternative.
Well, there was that road, but that is not an option.
Actually, in the empty lot is, could be designed, and I'm looking at the one between the townhomes and HOA.
That 14500.
Yeah, he took it away in his face.
oops,
Yeah. That lot there,
This?
you could put a street right through the middle of
Who's
that.
it- who's
I
it
think
that?
I don't know.
Mole's
Yeah,
contracting.
it's not, it's private.
I'd be pretty sure it was designed at the time for another HOA to come in and do a cul-de-sac at the end and the back. But then you're crossing the bike path at the end.
My preference would be to go, rotate that down and then go off the north end of north end of that street that deadheads past,
Up here?
yeah, right up there. The end of that street
Mm-hmm.
goes straight off there and either go through Kinders or through, or around Schultz.
And just go like that?
Yep. That would be my preference. I don't know if David would be open to it, or if Kinders would be open to it. It'd be worth researching and discussing over the next, whatever time we have. And I'm not sure if we can extend that. I thought that was a deadhead street, but it's a cul-de-sac.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't own any of that.
Right.
If you put a street in there, are you going to put sewer and water in there?
That would be up for discussion. I'm thinking you just make it an access road.
Well, I don't know what, I mean,
Yeah.
we would have no reason, in my opinion, to run any sewer, I mean, where would it?
No.
Right.
My
Well,
concept was just an access road with no utilities involved. Just an
Almost like an alley,
It's not an alley or an access road.
yeah.
And it could be paved, it could be not paved.
Well, you'd probably have to pave it or somebody get irritated because there's gonna be gravel.
Yes, this is all for discussion.
Yep.
And I think, just throwing out the three suggestions that we came up with, or that I came up with during our discussion with the clientele out there.
If we, go past Bridgewater and Park Road, how many landowners does that involve then?
So if we go up the end,
If we go west towards the golf course?
that is, that's all owned by,
Yeah, that's all private. Lowell's own that one.
Mm-hmm. Westfall, Lowell.
yeah, and Lowell won't let you go through. Anyway, I wanted to bring it up, and I'd like to
Mhm.
put it on the agenda sometime in the near future for
Sure.
discussion. Very early in the timeframe. And I don't know.
Well,
how-
they only had the Shooks only had the one meeting.
Yeah.
And there were issues with drainage and
Drainage,
water
yeah.
collection. And what my suggestion would be when we come back to that next meeting was that they're gonna put a pond up there, then take that, put an 8-inch intake in the middle of your pond, run it right down next to St. Rouse's School, across our property, and dump it in the ditch. Take an 8-inch and just a direct line with tile, right under their housing development, right across our park area there, right? That, we own all that.
Yeah, I just don't know how it all works with flood, wetlands and all that stuff,
No,
but, you know,
that
yeah.
would be a possibility.
Yep.
Because I don't think anybody's going to accept a holding pond up there without an access to get the water out.
Mhm.
All the people up there are convinced that any holding pond is gonna go into that wetland by Finley, and when that fills up, it's gonna back up to them, it's gonna flood Finley and Kiner, and it's gonna be a mess, so. There's got to be some kind of a different alternative up there than what they had suggested.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's just another by the by.
Yep. All right, folks. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna be in St. Cloud the rest of the week. The coalition has their or summer conference.
You're still on board up there.
Yep.
You're on the coalition too?
Yep.
Nice to see you so dedicated.
Keeps me busy. Do you wanna adjourn?
Adjourn?
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Well, just adjourn by order of chair if you want.
Gotcha.